Hey friends, I hope you're doing great. Today I want to talk about a really interesting topic. How to study in a way that makes people think your IQ is over 200. Many people think being a genius means spending hours at your desk and memorizing tons of information. But the truth is, real intelligence is more about learning the right way and thinking strategically than the sheer volume of knowledge. When you learn how to study, analyze information, and explain it to others, even if your IQ is average, people will perceive you as having an extraordinary mind. Method 1 is to practice active learning. Active learning means that instead of just reading something passively, you ask yourself questions and really analyze the answers. When you learn a new concept, try to connect it to real-life experiences or examples. For instance, when you study a math formula or a scientific rule, think about how it applies in the real world. Active learning helps information stick in your brain. And when someone asks you a question, you can answer confidently without hesitation. Active learning trains your mind to think deeply and quickly, and others notice it immediately. Method 2 is to take notes and create mind maps. When you study a complex topic, break it down into smaller parts and summarize the key points. Using charts, diagrams, or mind maps helps your brain organize concepts, and when you need to recall them later, they come back easily. This also shows others that you think logically and systematically, a clear sign of intelligence. Plus, visualizing information strengthens your memory and makes even complicated ideas easier to remember. Method 3 is to practice explaining concepts to others. Learning a topic isn't enough. You need to be able to communicate it clearly and simply. You can even explain it to a friend or to yourself in front of a mirror. When you can make complex ideas easy to understand, people perceive that you have deep comprehension and extraordinary intelligence. This practice also strengthens your analytical and communication skills. Method 4 is to study consistently in short sessions. The human brain works better with short, focused bursts of study rather than long, uninterrupted hours. The Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of focused study followed by a 5-minute break, helps maintain concentration and prevents fatigue. This kind of discipline also signals to others that you have exceptional focus and mental stamina. Short study sessions give your brain time to process information, making recall easier and faster. Method 5 is to connect new information to what you already know. Whenever you learn something new, try to relate it to previous knowledge. For example, link a math formula or a scientific principle to real-life experiences or practical examples. This helps your brain recognize patterns and connections quickly. So when you speak about a topic, it seems like everything is perfectly organized in your mind. This rapid analytical ability impresses people and makes them think your IQ is incredibly high. Method 6 is to study multiple subjects and dive deep into details. People who seem extremely intelligent often seek connections between different topics. By learning about several fields and understanding how they relate, your brain becomes trained to think multidimensionally. Even if you're not an expert, showing the ability to connect ideas gives the impression of advanced thinking and problem-solving skills. And method 7 is to stay curious and ask questions. Highly intelligent people constantly ask questions and look for reasons. When you study something, don't just accept it. Analyze it, test it, and try to draw your own conclusions. This curiosity deepens your understanding and makes others perceive your thinking as sharp, insightful, and highly capable. In the end, smart studying is about being active, organized, able to explain simply, disciplined, connecting ideas, exploring multiple subjects, and staying curious. Using these methods, even if your IQ is average, people will think you're a genius with an extraordinary mind. So start today. Transform studying into a creative and engaging skill, not a tiring chore. Every small step, every practice session, and every effort strengthens your mind, sharpens your thinking, and leaves others impressed.